Hello, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast. We are finally back. We have mostly overcome sickness again. Let's check with the kitties real quick. We do have Sky and Sammy visible. Ember passing through. Hey there, Okaneki. Welcome. I am quickly finishing up some food. Really hot. We're going to be continuing 100 line today. Looking forward to it. Apparently it has like 5 million characters in the script. Like multiple novels bolted together as far as length. Due to the branching plotline and whatnot, which gives me some hope for how it'll turn out, how it'll hold up. Rare to have, at least in my experience, branching narratives tend to be kind of shallow as far as how they branch. People always hold up the early Mass Effect games, but that was largely because of continuation of particular choices, not necessarily that those choices had really tangible impacts, and that's why I'm curious about this. Are we going to get tangible changes, or are we going to get like, oh, this person wasn't there for this scene kind of stuff? Munch, munch, munch. Now, if I recall, the last big occurrence was that it's like Hiriko or something like that. I've been calling her student council president. She kind of matches that trope. Went missing, and she went missing the morning she was supposed to reveal the secret that she knew. And we ran into that with Sirai, the critter that dragged everyone here. He went missing on the morning that he was supposed to reveal what the school was defending. So the last few game days were spent searching for her. For the most part, backtracking repeatedly and searching for her. Happily, they didn't make us do it. It was just, we spent the whole day looking for her again. We turned the campus upside down again. And the delay, the time that during that, the next attack did not happen over and over. So, we finally have that. It's in the middle of the night we get our next attack. So let's see here. Do I remember all of the buttons? No, but at least there's an on-screen guide. And I apologize for any delays. Again, I am inhaling the last of my, let's call it lunch. lack Kirby powers, but I'm giving it a go. You have to say, depressing frog boy. That alarm means the invaders are coming, right? They're going to be here soon. Sorry, I'm so scared I can't move an inch. Well, at least he didn't spend like an extra minute talking about what a lowly worm he was. As he is wont to do. Loop around, try to... Oh, there she is. Darumi. It's about time we got to break free of our everyday existence and go on another killing spree. Before... I'm not sure. Well, the machinery of the school I could definitely see as Invader Zimmy. A lot of, like, mechanical arms and needless sliding walls and whatnot, you know? Things that slam into and out of place. Darumi had grown remarkably devoted to I think it's Hiroko. Do I have a way to tell that? Menu. Hiroko, yeah. So Darumi got really devoted to her, like that sort of... She was referring to her as mistress and whatnot, and was really upset at the prospect that somebody might have killed her. That was a recent development, and we have no idea why. One of these times I'm going to learn what direction to move. There we go. I ran by it. Takumi, it's an attack. We've got a fresh batch of invaders to deal with. I know. That's what the alarms were saying. Right. When I thought I was finally going to get some sleep, too. They could have held off till morning. Is it just the four of us, though? What about Gaku and Tsubasa? Those were the two that he had spent the last few days before the disappearance convincing to join them. They did not actually commit to joining. And what I suspect is either they're not going to join and there will be drama, or they're going to join mid-fight. Like, we're actually going to help after all. Surprise. I don't think they're coming. I did knock on their doors just in case. But Gaku didn't answer, and all I could hear from Tsubasa's room was a lot of dry retching. Tsubasa throws up when she's nervous. Like, apparently, like clockwork, just, that will happen. Part of convincing her to join was to make her a very fancy, washable barf bag. Hello, Ember. Yes. I acknowledge you. Bunch of party poopers. They should just embrace the bloodlust already. We'll just have to make do with what we've got. I guess so. I wish Hiroko was here, though. Wish all you want. It won't change a thing. We're still plenty strong, even without her. That's actually not really inaccurate. They make a big deal of how powerful she is, but her attack patterns were kind of limiting. She wasn't fast moving, and she could only hit a limited number of things a turn. So while she could end one target very regularly, she wasn't always in position to do it. That's possible, Okaneki. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Apart from all of us dying horribly, I mean. I do still have a bit of a cough, so forgive me if I don't hit mute in time or properly for it one of these times. I do have the microphone capped, so it shouldn't spike if it happens. I won't let that happen. Can't die here. I made a promise.
Don't be
You don't need to keep flashing back when you say
me.
this.
I guarantee it.
His childhood friend. That's right. I'm going to survive and make it back to the complex. Back to Karua. The Rua portion, the sequence of syllables, makes it flow strangely on the tongue for me. Karua. So I can't die here. Let's do this. Let's protect our school. I appreciate that Takumi, the point of view character, is not the one that gives the power of friendship speeches. That is the guy on the left in the white coat. He initially was kind of doing the I object to fighting because I don't trust you, as far as the organization that is running this. But he eventually joined, and when he did, he started giving speeches. And all of the other characters were kind of cringing when he would do it, because they were very power of friendship. Takumi. Now you're talking. This is going to be a total bloodbath. This is our obligatory tough guy / like juvenile gangster kind of thing. He rides a bike in combat. He has a lot of the visuals. Hey there, JD. Welcome. How you doing today? I'm gonna get so much XP. Right, of course. This is the only way to keep everyone safe. I think this is the first fight since he joined. The fear hasn't gone away. I don't think it ever will. But if I let it get to me, I won't be able to save anyone. I'll do whatever it takes, even if it means fighting. Oh, hey, Crooked Gamer. Haven't seen you in a bit. We're playing 100 Line, Last Defense Academy. It's made by the folks behind Zero Escape and Danganronpa. The Danganronpa should be obvious because of all of the art. It's good times. It's good times. I was mentioning at the beginning, supposedly this has 100 endings, and the script, they use letters to indicate that it is... Well, actually, no. I don't know if they mean letters or words, because they say characters when referring to the elements of the script. And if they mean Japanese characters, that's wiggly. Doing decent now, Crooked Gamer. The last week was taken up with a seasonal sickness, let's call it. But we're mostly past that. Like I said, if I do have to mute to cough, sorry. Yeah, 100 endings, Crooked Gamer. Apparently the script, they said it was... No, it is letters. Over 5 million letters long. So it was like several novels back to back as far as all of the script is concerned. We haven't gotten to a point where there's been a actual meaningful choice. During the tutorial, there is a choice that is effectively, narratively, will you answer the call to adventure? You can say no, it's a game over. It happily then immediately loops in to say, do you want to pick it? Do you want to say yes? But that no is very fourth wall after it. It was like, oh, are you going to go on and give us a bad review and ask for a refund because the game was too short?
Come on, guys. Let's get this defensive battle underway.
So mechanically, well, for one, visually, we've got a bit of Persona 3 going on, is to activate their special forms. They have to use these magic knives and stab themselves in the heart. And that gives them their hemo-anima forms. But the gameplay mechanic, instead of a trial, the major mechanic is these turn-based battles. And they're kind of puzzle-oriented. If your characters aren't within reach, like a square or so of the enemy, the monsters will just march in a straight line. So it's got kind of a falling block kind of feel to it. Oh, we got a commander. What? That was weird. Oh! This is new. We haven't had this before.
Damn! These
This
guys
is
were
two
caught
fronts.
above the rest for sure.
Well, that's a twist.
Do you think they're commanders?
Yes, they're commanders. Look at them. So the regular creatures are those colorful little balls of death next to the big skeleton monster. They are adorable, but the opening sequence of this game has them violently murdering people. Like, those people were definitely dead during that animation. You can see even the little ones, they have like black weaponry and whatnot. They're like jagged shadow weapons. And they start to mutate if they kill people. But the commanders are these big, like, bone and shadow and light monsters.
If they are, then what Hideko said was true. There's more than one of them in the invader army. And now we've got to deal with two of them right off the bat.
Yeah, this is... So every turn you have a limited number of actions across all of your characters that you can take. A split front is going to make this tricky. And we do have some new regular enemies.
This is gonna be fun!
Character death is not a permanent thing. They come back the next turn. Like there's a turn of losing them. I'm sorry, a battle phase, a wave that they're out if they die. But if they're near death, they can do a super move. Okay, so these chunky guys are new. Telepax. Pushes back and reduces enemy movement when attacking. So if they take a swing, they're going to slow movement. Alright, and we have enough AP for each person to take an action. We don't necessarily want to do that every time, but I think it's worth it.
Let's go! Hi-ya!
Yes, leave
His
it to
attack
me.
pattern is a cross cut. He can get a debuff when he takes an action, but he gets positive buffs when he does.
Let's do this!
Let's go.
Plausible attack patterns seem pretty well prescribed here.
Damn it!
Those little guys immediately pop if they get to the barrier there. Okay, he's in trouble.
My turn.
We need to remove as many of these things as possible each time.
Go!
That's not... Okay, she didn't get a lot of swings at her, so
I'm ready
we're
whenever.
still in... Need lots of these little bubble guys to get taken out.
Allow me to trim down their numbers.
Okay. Takumi needs to be able to get out of there. He
I've
is
got
in
this.
a bad position.
That's it.
Let's give it to him.
Alright, that wasn't the right move. Okay, we're gonna take a lot of core damage again. Alright, Takumi's gotta use his suicide move next turn.
Guess I'm screwed up. So
We need to
annoying.
That got me good. I'm not done yet. That all you got? I'm putting it all on the line!
If they're low on health, they can use a move that that kills them to do it.
Sorry. It's up to you now.
But like I said, if we can win the wave...
Back to the front line.
Oh. Well, good.
So did we win? Or what?
I'm curious as well. There was much more fight to be done.
Something feels off, though. It wasn't like this when we beat the last one.
Ah.
No
They can
way.
heal
Came
each
back
other from
the
across the
dead?
battle.
I thought we were the only ones who could do that.
What's going on?
Okay, so the commanders are fragile, but I think they have to die at the same time. Like, in the same turn.
Looks like these two come as a set. Anytime we defeat one of them, the other revives it.
The hell? How are we supposed to win this then?
It's getting a bit cold, getting the last of it.
If we can beat one of them, then finish off its partner before it has a chance to use that revival technique, that should do the trick.
What a drag.
If that's what it takes, that's what we'll have to do. Unless anyone else has a better idea?
Incoming invader detected at 12 o'clock.
Is that a third front?
Huh?
Readings indicate target is an S-class fighter. It is currently approaching the school at a high speed.
Well, that's bad. Yep.
Now there's 3 of them?
Okay, now, from a dramatic perspective, this is where Gaku and Tsubasa would jump to the defense on the northern front.
We barely managed to cope with 2.
You have gotta be shitting me! We don't have enough fighters to handle all of them!
Yep, here comes Tsubasa.
Hey, everyone!
Yeah, the mechanized
Sorry,
battle
I'm late.
wagon is definitely her.
Ah, seriously? A night battle? This totally stinks! But we're dead if we lose here, right? And not just us. Everyone back in the TRC will be next on their list. If this is what it takes to stop that, then I'll fight too!
Tsubasa! Gaku! You came after all!
Okay, I get her with her armored battle vehicle. She is a mechanic, and it amplifies their vibe. So, the big violent guy goes full biker. He has like a Hellraiser demon bike. No, Hellrider, sorry. She gets a armor-plated Jeep with guns and whatnot on it, and a spike bumper. The main character gets a katana and effectively a cape as well. Shonen protagonist. Darumi, the one that wanted this to be a Danganronpa. At the beginning, she wanted this to be a death game. She was really hyped and then disappointed that it wasn't. She has floating knives that she throws, but her outfit is the kind of thing you see. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's the kind of thing that you'll see characters in anime wearing when they are applying a curse to someone. You often have it presented as like nailing a little straw effigy to a tree or similar kind of stuff. And they're usually not really sane characters doing it. So all of them have their vibe amped. Why does he have pseudo wooden footwear on? Like I don't know what they're called. They're like wooden sandals, and they'll have little extensions off the bottom to like keep you out of the mud. If you see representations of Tengu, they usually have those on, but it will have one really long kind of stilt off of it. He has that, but even more puzzling, why is his thing a minigun?
Well, you didn't leave us much choice. I was kinda hoping you'd be fine to win this without me. If I don't step in now, though, we're all gonna be royally screwed.
I'm so dizzy.
Who dealt
I've
with
already thrown up a bunch of times, and it feels like I'm not even connected to my body anymore. But I've decided to give this my best shot. I'll do whatever I can to help out.
Thanks, guys. I'll leave the enemies over there to you then.
All
Now,
right.
do we get 6
Here
action
goes
points
nothing.
now?
Anyway, we got those Revivo machines or whatever up and running, right? If they do kill us, I'll come back and really let them have it.
All of the facilities that give them food, that those coffin drones that take them back for revival, the machinery behind that is always something omatic. So the cafeteria machine that gives them food is the ration-o-matic. The machine that their bodies are loaded into is the revive-o-matic.
What's the matter, Eito? I'm a little overwhelmed. Seeing these two in their class armor ready to fight. But I'll be okay. Now that they're here, I'm not afraid anymore.
See, he gives the power of friendship speeches.
I don't know how to explain it, but all my fatigue from before is gone. It's amazing how much difference it makes having friends by your side. So long as we keep trusting and supporting each other. I'm sure we'll be able to blaze our way to a brighter future. Let's turn this battle around and show them what we can do together!
Like, that's his thing. Power of friendship speech. Okay, she's also a large target here. And we only get 4 AP, so we're gonna have to,
I'll show you what's up.
Gaku is a mid-range attacker who specializes in taking down many enemies at once. Automatically gains +1 attack when the voltage meter is 100% or more from his specialist skill, Special Vibes. So he gets a cone attack.
Let him loose!
Useful. Let's check the other fronts just to be sure here.
We better get moving.
Okay, I think
It's killing game time!
we can do some work there. Those little guys are definitely going to get into position.
Here we go!
Okay, we are going to amp her up.
Nice! Here we go! Hiya!
She is going to take a hit after this for sure.
Good to go.
We're going to pull him to the side and see, because he can definitely take a hit from a few of these little guys, but they might kind of log jam up on each other.
Hauling ass!
Kill that one. We might distract a bunch of them if we do this. Hey there, Lore. It'll at least keep the big one off of him, off of Takumi, I think. Okay, the big ones move real slow.
Don't screw with me!
I'm spent.
Ugh, I feel so weak.
Locked and loaded!
Fighter specializing in mobility and movement options. Special mechanic prevents fatigue regardless of how many actions she takes. Okay. Deadlights. Oh. Okay, if she spends an AP, she can clear fatigue around her. That's actually really useful. But for now, she's going to run some guys over.
How's this?
Or, no, okay. The deadlights are machine guns. Noted.
Prepped and ready. Mow 'em down! Did you see that?
Clear that front. And we got an AP for killing a big one.
Looks a little dangerous. Piece of cake! No good!
Let's have her explode here.
Sorry, I'm done for.
Okay, that Brings that one down.
I'll show you what's up.
I'm good whenever.
We're using these special attacks because we want to have AP left to go after the
They're
other
gonna
commanders.
hear this engine roar. You can
Okay,
take
I
it
know
from
the
here.
other ones have the power of anime, but she has the power of field artillery, and I kind of feel like she's got the better deal.
Rev it up! Eat my dust!
Back to the killing game!
She returns. Ah, they're gonna Voltron. That's some language you got there.
Defused? What's next, a giant mech?
Actually, I think that's this commander's true form.
So then, if we take it out, this will be over.
Hey, Tsubasa, that class weapon of yours is freaking sweet. It's like some kind of tricked out car or something.
Thanks. The first time I used it, it was a total disaster. I spewed all over the interior. But this time, I've got the sick bag and tinted windows so I can fight with total peace of mind.
The first thing that she's concerned about is just that throwing up is a detriment to whatever she's doing, and especially it would be to fighting and, you know, to anyone else around her who might encounter it as a mobility impairment or just splash damage. The other is she would find it embarrassing for people to see it. So having the bag and the tinted windows covers her concerns.
Oh, that's great.
No matter how strong the enemy we're facing is, I won't be afraid anymore. Knowing you all have my back gives me limitless courage. I feel like I could take on the whole world right now. When we fight side by side, we become more than the sum of our parts. We're more than just a scattered group of fighters. We're a team.
He can't resist.
Let's do this, everyone! With our powers combined, there's nothing we can't do!
The power of friendship.
Sheesh. I got embarrassed just standing here listening to you say all that.
And it's made perfect by the fact that the other characters acknowledge it. Like, they get the secondhand cringe too. Okay, the two new characters are facing off against the critter. So we're gonna try to clear as much of their field as we can right away.
Locked and loaded! Hi-ya!
Give them some room. We got some dudes coming from the side.
Leave it to me.
Actually, let's look at the other front here. Okay.
Let's
he
give it to
needs
him.
to charge in.
Eat this!
So he can take some hits for everybody else.
Let's go!
Then she'll clear out a bunch of these.
All out of gas. Don't screw.
Enemy uses a charge skill, purple warning spaces will appear. You can stop it by reducing the armor to 0. Okay, so that shield that it put on needs to be dropped.
Just watch me.
Let's look at our other options here.
Let's freaking go!
Don't know that it's worth using his big gun for that.
I'm taking the wheel!
Hers, on the other hand,
Let's ride!
Saw that one, didn't you?
okay, so got that. Once again,
Close to dead.
we're gonna have her just explode and take out as many of them as she can.
You're coming with me! Player 2, you're up.
Okay, we killed 2 of the stronger ones, so we get a lot of AP back for that. What does your
I've got
special
this.
attack do? Yeah, let's do that.
Gotcha! Take care of the rest.
Rev it up!
We're having him move at least a little because every square that he moves gives him a shield. This little guy, some of these little guys are going to get through.
We better get moving. You're in the way!
Got lots of AP left, so we'll see.
Prepped and ready! Letting loose!
Yes, leave it to me. Ha! All well and good.
We got lots of AP left, so we're gonna use it.
Hauling ass! Rip!
Once they've moved one turn, once they've taken an action during a turn, they're fatigued and they can only move one square. The only one currently that has a oddity to that behavior is Darumi. and that she gets
I guess it's my turn.
a different move set. It's like an A/B. If she's fatigued, she gets a different move. She can't move as far, but she can attack again, and that second time will clear her fatigue.
You're in the way!
Okay, we're going to use that voltage to buff him.
Rev it up! Here we freaking go!
His defense is really good. His offense is not so good.
Let's give it to him! Yeah! Knocked it out of the park!
With more AP. Don't know if this little guy can blow up if he gets to here.
We better get moving.
I'll show you what's up. Hey, yes!
Ah, there it is.
I guess it's my turn.
Let's do this!
So we cleared the field on this side. Still have the boss over here, where we're going to want to spend a lot of ability. This thing can get to it no matter what I do.
I'm ready whenever. I guess it's my turn. Ha!
Let me at him! Just watch me. Take cover!
All right. Okie dokie. She's still stunned, which is not great. Hello, First Order.
I'm ready whenever.
Welcome. Alright, clear this side, so now we don't have to worry there. We are engaging in violence, Tass.
Let me at him!
Oh, his movement is terrible.
Let him loose!
His offense not so good either.
Prepped and ready! Get the hell out of my way! Let me at him!
We'll just spend our remaining AP on him.
Well,
Okay, if he survives this turn...
I don't want
Bang.
to die.
I could barely move.
See, that thing got a kill, so now it's amped up. Oh, okay.
We better get moving.
Hauling ass!
Locked and loaded! I'm good whenever! Locked and load, keep it coming! I'm taking the wheel! Don't try to stop me! Let's keep it up! Locked and loaded! Ah! Leave it to me! Take this! Locked and loaded! They're gonna hear this engine roar! You can take it from here!
Hey, that stuns her.
Let's give it to him!
Good to go.
They are not screwing around in this one. Okay, she is stunned.
I'm ready whenever. Here we go!
Some pressure on that thing.
Hauling ass!
Here we go.
I guess it's my turn. Allow me to trim down their numbers.
Ouch!
Some pretty nice heal, I guess.
Rev it up!
I'm taking the wheel! Don't try to stop me!
So, on the four corners of the roof, 2 forward facing and 2 on the rear, are rocket launchers.
I'm ready whenever.
I have no idea what you're referring to, First Order.
Here we go!
Hauling ass! Rev it up! I'll smoke 'em! It's up to you from here.
We better get moving. Allow me to trim down their numbers.
All right, we'll have it the next turn.
I'm good whenever! Out of the way!
I'm ready whenever. You're in the way!
Yeah, I'm waiting to find out that these are what
Back to the
happen
front.
if somebody goes out and gets killed, or who is killed. You know,
Did
like
we
a
win?
hemo anima user that is killed.
Yeah, I think so.
So, What do we do with this one?
This is another mechanic that they introduced after the first commander is with the first commander, Hiroko killed it. They stab it with the hemoanima knife and it charges them up. It enhances them.
This one? Oh.
Again, not sure what you're referring to, First Order.
I see what you mean.
These commanders use similar powers and they transform into those big things.
Can't leave it alive or it'll just come after us again.
Guess one of us will have to strike the finishing blow like Mistress Hiroko did before. It's kind of a lot of effort, though. Who wants to do it?
The finishing blow? You mean kill them?
So this feels like beyond like a buff. So it's a choice of improving a character, but I wonder if they're going to give us a do you have to do this choice.
Not like it's a real person or anything. It's just an invader.
I feel like all of that has been there all along, First Order. It's just that for brain rot, they've given a name to something.
Hey, why can this one use hemoanima anyway? Just how many of the invaders have powers like ours?
We still don't know. Hiruko might have been able to tell us, but...
We can talk about this later. We gotta hurry or it's gonna revive.
There are a lot of things that have been pre-existing phenomenon that it's not until they enter public consciousness, usually when they're given a name, that people begin to call out that it's pervasive. Without knowledge of what question or choice I am being asked, I will not answer.
Even if it's our enemy, I don't relish the thought of sucking out its power and leaving it a dried up husk. But I guess somebody's gotta do it.
As noted, I have no idea what the question I'm being presented with is actually in reference to. So the first time this happened, oh, Star Wars. Well, I mean, you kind of have to pick the Republic there. So Takumi's she's just kind of like a guided missile. She tends to get wiped out immediately after making an attack. Since she's fragile and has to be put in a position to really leverage her ability, she gets put right within attack position. She is real good. So Car Girl gets to kill a man.
It's done.
I'm surprised she held it in after that. There was no I make no choice option. It just wrapped around. Okay. How'd we do? Cora got hit quite a bit. But we used a lot of self-destruct moves. So, good deal. Yeah, poor girl in a couple of ways. Is one, being forced to do that, since she was one that was very hesitant to fight in the first place. But she also gets really nauseous in high-stress situations. That's why I mentioned the fact that she did not, like, projectile vomit herself backwards after doing that was pretty impressive for her. It's finally over. Honestly, I thought it'd be a lot worse. Yeah, I didn't get as nauseous as I was expecting. I think my class armor helped to settle my stomach or something.
Hey!
Hey, I got something to say to you two. Takamaru came stomping up and slammed his hand on Gaku's shoulder. I had you all wrong. You were great out there. Huh? Oh, thanks. We couldn't have won with that battle without you, and your class weapons were so awesome. And yes, I do emit words. You think so? you had a Gatling gun, sir. Actually, I wonder what that kind is called. Is that a minigun at this point? Because a Gatling gun is older. Rotary guns and Gatling guns. Gatling gun, I think the original one was crank operated and top fed. So you'd think minigun, which I think is the more modern one. It's a discussion I had with someone recently. Do you remember, Lore? Are you still there? Yeah, you should have let me take yours for a spin sometime, Gaku. I want to pull off one of those cool headshots on you. Shoot the enemy, not me. That goes for yours too, Tsubasa. You were drifting around the battlefield like you were in some kind of off-road stunt rally. Really? Thanks. Most people don't know good driving technique when they see it. Let's lay off the high fives and shoulder slaps, though, okay? I probably smell pretty funky right now. Ah, okay. Thanks, Das. So the Gatling gun is it's the quote-unquote original one. Made by, designed by Gatling. So a rotary cannon is the modern one. So what's the difference behind a rotary cannon and a minigun? We're finally coming together as a team. I'm not sure if my heart can handle this much emotion. Do you need to go lie down for a few minutes? This calls for a celebration. Let's fire up the Rationomatic and... On second thought, it's late and I'm beat. Let's do it tomorrow instead. Yeah, it's practically morning already. We're all going to need our rest. And I really need to take a shower. The implication is that she probably needs to hose down the interior of the car as well. Oh man, things would be so much easier if I could stay awake while I'm asleep. Feeling triumphant yet exhausted from another successful battle, we shuffled back to our rooms for some well-deserved rest. Ooh. The moment I got back to my room, I let out a huge sigh and collapsed onto the bed. I was too tired to even lift a finger. All that stress and fatigue really added up. Wonder when we're going to find out what the fire ghost that he keeps seeing is. How long am I going to have to keep doing this? About 83 more days. I hadn't forgotten Hiroko or the weird ghost boy, but I couldn't summon the energy to think about them right now. Just let me sleep. I closed my eyes and almost sank into a deep, dreamless sleep. Almost immediately sank into a deep, dreamless sleep. Day 18. Ellipses. Ellipses. I opened my eyes. I was awake, but... Ow, ow, ow. My legs hurt. My arms hurt. My neck, chest, and abdomen hurt. I hurt in places I didn't even know the correct anatomical term for. The classic, I hurt in places I can't even identify. Or in places I didn't even know I had, kind of things. My whole body was one big mass of muscle pain. Guess I overdid it. I had no idea yesterday had put so much strain on my body. Our previous battles had left me pretty tired the day after, but never like this. So I wonder if this is just intense physical exertion, or is there some additional strain that the class armor / hemo anima is putting on them. What time is it anyway? It's afternoon apparently, so he's been out for a bit. I struggled to sit up, tentatively raising my head until I could see the clock on the wall. It's past 1 p.m. already. Wow, I really slept in. I didn't feel refreshed at all. Even after hauling myself out of bed and getting dressed, I still only felt half awake. I wonder how everyone else is doing. I'll go see if they're in the cafeteria. Forcing myself to move, I slowly made my way toward our usual meeting place, my back hunched over like an old man's. I feel called out. When I finally got to the cafeteria, I wasn't sure whether to be surprised or deflated by what I saw.
Good morning, Takumi. How are you feeling today?
You took your sweet time. I only got here a minute ago too, though.
Hey guys. Are your muscles hurting as much as mine?
Not just my muscles. My throat feels like it's been lined with sandpaper. All that throwing up must have inflamed it.
I don't even know if I can lift a pair of chopsticks right now.
Ah, okay. Thanks again, Taz. So, rotary cannon is a big one, minigun is smaller. Huh. So generally, that would mean the like vehicular ones tend to be rotary cannons, and the ones that a person would carry would be miniguns, right?
Darumi has
Interesting.
encountered a fatal error and has to shut down. She will continue in power-saving mode until fully charged.
She's a lot of fun. She's kind of a Harley Quinn stand-in, you know? Congratulations on another win, everyone. Go ahead and order whatever you want. You've earned it.
Huh.
Stay where you are. We'll bring it to you. Thank you. Those are our only two holdouts. And to some extent, I think they're holdouts because the brother of the twins is, again, of the three holdouts. The twins are kind of one because of him. He seems to be kind of controlling, abusive of her. And also the anime trope that he embodies is the really creepily devoted to his sister. It doesn't seem like it's that kind of relationship. Like, it's just really like slavishly intense devotion, and it seems to have led to him preventing her from doing anything that he doesn't want. Like, it's a lot of for your own good kind of things, or I can't possibly let you do that. The little guy with the frog head / Mickey Mouse ears is amazingly depressing boy. And he definitely hasn't joined in because he thinks far too little of himself, and thus thinks that he can't possibly help. He is very depressing. He's probably depressed, but he is intensely depressing. The Sugamo twins went back and forth to the Ration-O-Matic, bringing us our breakfast. Or was it lunch? Here's your avocado cheeseburger, Tsubasa. I added a thick layer of peanut butter as a nice little extra. Was that the requested food, or does she think that's food? I mean, I've never had avocado. Even in its guacamole form. Yes, I know it's mispronounced. It's for the glols.
Ooh.
You shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have.
Yeah!
And for Mr. Mariko, a bowl of rice with thin strips of cow flesh on top. Is this really food? Must be a working class schmo thing. Bowl of rice with either bacon or a little like steak cuts on top. That sounds tasty. Hey, insulting me is one thing, but don't miss. Is it gyudon? How come you're being so nice today, Ema? Nice for you, I mean.
Uh-huh.
I just want to make sure you have all the nourishment you need to recover your fighting strength. If the invaders launched another attack while you were in this state, we'd all be up the proverbial creek without a paddle. It's tricky to get what the backstory of the twins is supposed to be. There's, in the way they present themselves, there's a vibe of like sheltered nobility going on. The generationally rich kind of thing. But the way they act has a lot of a combination of ignorance of the that lines up with the common, rich kid dropped into the real world kind of thing. But they also mention a lot of stuff like they've had to forage in the fields and eat grass. They know how to hide money by strapping it to themselves instead of like in purses or wallets kind of stuff. And they've had to do it with garbage because they couldn't find anything more than what they could scrounge. My guess is that it was mentioned that like she was kind of muttering that, I shouldn't have to do this, or I shouldn't have to do these things, and I shouldn't have to get married. My guess is that he didn't want to share her and convinced her to run away, and he's been kind of dragging her along with him. That's my guess on their backstory. Don't say that, you're gonna jinx it. It probably won't happen that soon, but there will be other attacks. Last night proved they're not shy about attacking at night either. So we gotta live in constant fear of when the next battle's gonna be? My rotten luck just keeps getting rottener.
Oh?
Speaking of the future, what are we going to do from here on? I think I know what everyone's going to say, but I'd like to make sure. Boop. Okay. I'm sure there's something as far as like talking to multiple people, but we're just gonna move steadily along. Kind of along the path that we choose. We are doing this as a kind of a straight line playthrough. We're not gonna like, if we're presented with a choice, we're not gonna save and return to it if we don't like the result, aside from immediate game over scenarios. If it's a, you know, you chose the right door, so the ceiling falls on you, you lose. If we encounter something like that, we would reload and try again. The thing at the beginning leads me to believe they would do that for you automatically. But given how the developers talked about this, I don't see there being a lot of those kind of choices. They explicitly called out that you got a bad ending kind of endings is something they were avoiding. What's this about our future plans, Aito? First we lost Sirai, and now it looks like Hiriko isn't coming back either.
Oh?
So should we keep looking for her, or choose a new leader? Should we keep defending the school like before? We need to consider our options. Well, we've been over this extensively, Aito. Not defending the school isn't really an option. You yourself attempted to leave the school and ended up getting mobbed by creatures and had to be rescued by the others. I don't think even banding together is going to help. And while it's kind of hard to take it at face value, this facility exists for some reason, and much of what they've told you is true enough, so you are defending something. I almost forgot about that. Did she really have some kind of secret passage out of here? They were speculating that she might have had a way to leave. Because they couldn't, like, the fire extinguishers hadn't been taken, and that's the only way they know of that would allow you to leave through the ring of fire that is around the place. No, she was murdered by a traitor hiding in our ranks. Quit it, you're going to make everyone paranoid. Guys, knock it off. It ain't cool to speak ill of the dead. And if she's still alive, she'll probably come back and explain herself soon enough. Sirai and Hiriko both knew something about this war, and disappeared before they could tell us about it. Hiriko also had been fighting the thing since before they were taken to this school, apparently. Which indicates that either she was capable of killing them without special powers, or she had the powers before she was tapped, which means this might not be the only place that it's happening. There's a decent indication that there might be more places than they've talked about. Like, the Tokyo Residential Center could be one of many Tokyo residential centers. They are domed cities, so it wouldn't really be a leap to have each one of them think they're the only one, you know? It's a lot of fun to speculate of in this one. We may have to accept that we're never going to learn the whole truth. Knowing that, what do you all think we should do from here on out? It's not like we can leave. Nothing we can do except run out the 100 days. Supposedly, a term of service is 100 days, and then they're done. My theory on that, I have many theories, is that it's kind of, you're only allowed to be exposed to radiation in the nuclear sub for so long. It is an offense to subject yourself to more of it. So I'm wondering if 100 days is the limit before something bad happens if you're using hemoanima. But all that stuff about going home when we're done, is it still gonna happen without Sirai here? I wish we knew that much at the very least.
Oh!
We're supposedly here on a vital mission to defend the future of humanity. Isn't that right?
Huh?
Surely the people in charge wouldn't leave us here unsupervised. There's got to be some way to contact them, whoever they are.
Huh?
I will not be playing this game consecutively this week as far as streams. I do have some other ones, and I mention that because even changing the inflection of my voice on top of the seasonal thing is straining. Simultaneously good practice. I should try to do that kind of thing more often. Sirai must have been in charge of that too. Now that he's gone, we're probably cut off. For a mission this important, you'd think they'd have some fail-safes in place, wouldn't you? Maybe everything Sirai told us was a lie, and this whole thing is a twisted reality show set up by a cadre of ultra-rich dudes. Squid Games. They're probably out there right now, sipping champagne and getting off on seeing us suffer. What part of that was funny? This really sucks, though. At least before we had some hope of learning the truth. I know it's frustrating to have all these unanswered questions, but the invaders are targeting this school. There's no doubt about that. That means that part about there being something important here is true. Why else would they keep attacking so persistently? So I think the 100-day time limit must have a grain of truth to it as well. I don't doubt something will happen on the 100th day. As to whether that will include us going home, all we can do is have faith that it will. I guess so. We don't really have any other option, do we? We'll be okay. It'll all work out in the end, one way or another. Average. Yeah, let's go with that. I seriously don't want to think about this anymore.
Huh?
The only way I'm going to get through this is by focusing on all the awesome stuff I'll do once I get home. One of the things that brought him around to joining the fight was the fact that Hiroko mentioned that there is a bounty paid out for every invader that a person kills. So at the end of service, you would be given big monies. And he's thrilled with that idea. Because he has been poor all his life. They illustrate that a bit. If you look, his school uniform is simultaneously old. That is a old style hat for a Japanese school uniform. But additionally, it is tattered as all get out. There's a lot of hashing used for scuff marks on it. there are big old sewn patches, and the back of his hat actually has a big hole in it. A big frayed hole where some of his hair is sticking out.
Gah!
I'll be hailed as the hero who saved mankind. Money, honor, women, they'll all be mine for the taking. Everyone that made fun of me will get their just desserts, and the world will enter a new era, me leading the way. You're starting to sound like a supervillain now. We spent a little longer in the cafeteria, eating a meal that was breakfast, lunch, and dinner all rolled into one. Once we were done, we went back to our rooms. I was still aching all over, but at least I had a full stomach. This really hurts. Back in my room, I collapsed onto the bed and just lay there for a while. Staying on my feet was too much effort. I'd already wasted most of the day doing nothing, although after last night's battle, maybe that was only natural. In fact, it was probably better for me to take it easy and allow my body to recover. Maybe I'll take a shower and hit the sack. I spent the rest of the day lying in bed, not doing anything noteworthy. Before I knew it, my 18th day at Last Defense Academy had passed me by. Day 19.
Up and out of troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 19th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy!
That is a dangerous style of exercise machine he's on there. Some of it is because of, his body shape, where his limbs are just kind of nubbins on short tubes. But the way it's set up, you would be suspended off the ground on 2 pivot points. So it would be very easy to fall off of that thing.
Wait, 19? Well, that's a good round number.
It's not a round number at all.
If ever I heard one. In honor of the occasion, I've prepared. Oh, I've unlocked some new facilities. Feel free to check out the garage on the first floor and the library on the second.
You got a library now. Pushing some buttons real quick here. So garage on the first, library
The
on the
VR
second.
machine in the trading room's been updated too. All part of the service. Be sure to sharpen up your skills, allow your creativity to bloom, and slaughter the vile invaders more efficiently than ever.
The VR machine is for doing practice battles. You still get the BPs for it. Ow, ow, ow. Pain in my muscles wasn't completely gone, but I felt a lot better than I did yesterday. What's the idea of making the 19th a milestone day anyway? All that good round number stuff made no sense. I mean, I guess 9 is kind of round, kind of oblong. But that would pull, 8 into the equation, too. He probably wanted us to call him out on it and watch us squirm. No use getting worked up about it. Worked up about it now.
Huh?
I guess I should I should go take a look at the new rooms. The garage.
Huh?
Well, simultaneously got one of those looks of kind of a mecha surgery or something like that up top, but It's also got a laser sight, which is disconcerting. In some sort of liquid tank under it. Oh, this is the garage, huh? Looks like there's some cool stuff in here. Cool doesn't even begin to cover it. Ooh, look at this. Isn't it awesome? And that over there. Oh, and wow, you'd never find these things in such good condition. You sure seem excited. Well, duh, I never expected the school's lineup of facilities to include the workshop of my dreams. If you ever want to make adjustments to your class weapon, just let me know. I'll be glad to handle any customization work. Okay, well that's new. We've been able to upgrade the stats of the character's abilities. But I wonder what the customization is. Tell me of the game system, game. Yep, this place has everything.
Huh?
Aren't our class weapons supposed to be like manifestations of our will to fight, channeled through our blood or something? Is it even possible to customize them? To be honest, I'm not 100% sure on the details either. But there's some equipment here specifically designed to do just that. I have a feeling I'll be spending a lot of time here. I'll have this gear up and running faster than you can say, wow, methylcyclopentadienyl manganese tricarbonyl. Wow. Wow, I knew Tsubasa was into machines, but I had no idea she could get this passionate about them. I wonder if that was essentially a string of gibberish or it refers to something. And if so, what does it refer to? Oh boy, I just can't wait to get started. Who wants to be first? Doesn't have to be a complete overhaul, just let me tweak it a little. Oh, calm down there, Tsubasa. I know you're excited, but let's take things slow, okay? New skill development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. This device upgrades class weapons. I should try it out sometime. By sometime he means not now. Once the character portrait is off the screen, I will point out what I was laughing at. Sure enough, this is the library. This is wonderful. They've got a huge selection of titles from all kinds of genres. I don't think I've ever seen this many books, not even in the TRC's libraries. How about that? I'm not much of a reader, so I never really thought about how many books we had. Believe me, this is impressive. I used to spend most of my spare time reading. He was in and out of the hospital a lot. Being around people always made me nervous. Books were my refuge from the world. Aito doesn't hesitate to speak his mind anymore. I guess this experience has helped to bring him out of his shell. How about you, Shoma? Do you like to read? Do you have a favorite book? If you think I'll have anything interesting to add to this conversation, you're going to be disappointed. I don't read or watch TV or play video games or engage with any kind of media worth talking about. I'm sorry for being so thoroughly uninteresting. That's okay. So, is it only books here? Nothing extra like the gift-o-matic in the rec room? I don't think so. although there are some rather unusual choices on the shelves. There's guides on combat techniques, military strategy, that kind of thing. They might teach us something that can help us against the invaders. I think that's more your area of expertise than mine. That's fair. I'll let you know if I come across anything useful. Thanks, Ido. Reading Study has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. So if we look to the side, on the right of the screen, right over here, you can see they have the 18 plus curtained off section. Much like you would see in the olden days of video rental locations, or some more modern like bookstores as well. Semi-related, Barnes & Noble is apparently making a comeback, which is good. It's always nice to have a physical location to browse books, you know? If you want physical books. Oh hey, Takumi. You came to check out this room too, huh? Yeah, I was curious about this update to the VR training machine is all about. Looks like they added some new scenarios for us to try out. They might actually be kind of fun. You want to jump in with me sometime and see who can get the best score? Yeah, let me get back to you on that. Takamaru seems like the competitive type. I don't think I'd be able to keep up if you got really into it. New VR training missions have been unlocked. You can access them during your free time. Okay, I've taken a look at all the new rooms and facilities that were unlocked. I think I'll go back to my room and decide what to do next. Free time prompt. Even after a full day's rest, I'm still tired. I let out a long, long breath and felt any motivation to do something productive drain away. Instead, I made for the comforting embrace of my bed. My aches and pains were all more manageable now, but I still wasn't in peak form, not by a long shot. Maybe I'll just rest my eyes for a minute. I lay down and let my body go completely limp. I wasn't going anywhere else today. They do a lot of this in Burn through the days, so it's not like there are 100 play sequence days, like full play sequence days. And so I snoozed away my 19th day at Last Defense Academy in relative peace and comfort. Day 20.
Up and Adam troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 20th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable, and be ready to give your lives to
much like
protect our beloved
Danganronpa, there
school
are like
from the
repeated
vile and
sequences.
barbaric enemy.
Aside from the line where he says what number day it is, the rest of it is generally the same. The 19th having been a milestone day and thus treated differently. That is Sirai, the one that we found cut into 8 pieces in a trash can outside the academy. Once I was out of bed and on my feet, I stretched, feeling my back, arms, and legs straightening out for the first time in a while. I guess last night finally did the trick. I feel so much better now. looks like I'll be able to have a normal day today. I'll head to the cafeteria and see how everyone else is doing. But when I got to the cafeteria, there was nobody there.
Huh?
I guess I'm first today. Well, stranger things have happened. I'll grab some breakfast and wait for them. I sat there on my own for a few minutes until the door finally opened and someone else walked in. Ah, hello, Takumi. What a pleasure to see you first thing in the morning. You're making it sound like we woke up together. It's kind of strange for the others not to be here yet, isn't it? You think they're still asleep? Could be. A lot of them stayed up late last night, even past the evening announcement. Really? Why'd they do that? Some of them wanted to keep snacking. Others were using the new facilities. They were pretty much just doing whatever they felt like. Hey, Applesauce. It is not Danganronpa. This is 100 Line. The art, the entirety of the art, seems to have been done by the same people, the studio behind Danganronpa, though. And so it looks exactly like Danganronpa. I assume all of the art was done. The other team was Zero Escape. They have a character, Applesauce, that at the start of the main events of the game insists that this must be a death game where we're going to be forced to kill each other and then have and try to kill each other without anybody finding out who did it. She is quite disappointed when she's told that's not the case. Does that count as freedom or anarchy? Maybe a little of both. We don't really have any authority figures here anymore. It's like if students at a regular school were given free reign with no teachers or student council. Pretty much. Darumi, that particular character, is she's a bit of well, all of them are Danganronpa characters. All of them are walking anime trope characters in some form. Aito is the power of friendship guy. He is the one that had the very noble, like, we shouldn't fight for these people unless we know why we're doing it. And then once he joined them, he has the most edgelord weapon. He wields a scythe. And he also, on the regular, gives power of friendship speeches. The actual protagonist is the guy on the right, Takumi. He's still a relatively generic protagonist character. Kind of the goofy everyman kind of character. But it is nice not being the power of friendship guy. I'm glad they're enjoying themselves, of course, but I can't help thinking we should be using this time to come up with some new strategies.
Ah.
I can't remember the name. The Tanaka of Gundam sounds familiar, Applesauce, but I don't recall which character that actually is. The first Gundam I encountered, I can't remember if I encountered Wing or the original first. Like the old original. Oh, Gundam. Okay, Gundam Tanaka. Was he the one that was reanimated as a robot? Or was that a different guy? I'm thinking of the big kind of Danganronpa. I'm thinking Danganronpa 2's kind of big hooligan, you know? But I might be thinking of the wrong guy. Ah, well. I don't know. We never know what the enemy is going to do until they show up. How do you plan for that? Plus, those guys would never go along with strategy meetings or group training sessions or anything like that. At least not without someone to organize it all. Oh, okay, the ninja guy, the Chunibyo guy. The one with the, like, seal wraps around his hand. Real melodrama. He was the one that liked he liked animals a lot. That was his actual backstory. If you socialized with him a lot. But it was full Chunibyo. It was full, I am actually a anime protagonist guy. Hey, Arya. Things are going pretty well. We're continuing our 100-line playthrough. Hopefully I'll be able to get the whole time out of it. It is wearing my throat a little bit, and my throat's still tired from the last week of sick. but hopefully we'll get through it. Hopefully we will, because this game's a good time. I was mentioning at the beginning, 100-line, one of the gimmicks is there's supposed to be 100 endings in this game. And the developers said they're not just like bad endings, where it's like, oh, you chose wrong, you die. It is instead like legitimate endings, legitimate pathways through the story. There are over 5 million letters in the script. So there's a lot of ground that we might be able to cover. So hopefully I'll be able to stick this one out in general. Apparently this was a bit of a... I think the Danganronpa studio is financially not doing great, but this game is doing great, so hopefully it'll turn around for them. Arya, doing well now. Still got my cough. The sick didn't help my cough, so that's back. But if I'm just coughing now and a little bit of sore throat, like seasonal allergy kind of stuff, that's fine. We can deal with that. Are you saying we need a new leader? Pause. Why don't you do it, Takumi? I think you'd do a wonderful job. Applesauce, he, him, they, them. Yeah, I've got a lot of day. I've got a lot of day/night NyQuil. All of the standard, hay fever, seasonal allergy stuff, and that has been helping. We're turning it around. Me? You've got to be kidding! I'm not leader material. That, Applesauce, that cat is Sammy. Let's see how many of the others we can see. Should be able to see at least 3. Okay, we can see half of them. So that was Sammy on the Squishmallow. Molly, the one that is full white underbelly there, is across from my keyboard right now. She has taken Ember's spot. Ember is the one with the splash of orange and the little white paws. She is in her secondary/tertiary position, though she is not in the angry loaf position, so she's she is accepted being displaced. How's streaming doing? Streaming's been doing pretty good. I'm really trying to get back into a regular schedule. I mean, it's kind of hard for people to watch if you're only randomly there. And I do want to get back into the videos. I'm trying to get rolling on the videos again. I have a big backlog of potential shorts that I'll start uploading again at some point. And it has been fun to do the game development on the stream. It's not always the most exciting thing to watch me stare at code, but it is fun to do. I disagree. You're considerate of others, and you always have our backs in battle. You never give up hope. I'd be proud to follow someone like you. Yeah, I do a bit of game development, Arya. I've been doing streams of it. For quite a while, I only did the coding on stream, but I've started doing more coding offline as well. I'm doing what I can to mitigate streams where I just sort of bang my head against a wall trying to fix something. But yeah, we've had over 100 streams of coding. Knock it off, you're making me blush. I'm telling you, I don't handle responsibility very well. Well, if you really won't do it, I won't force you. But leader or no leader, we'll still be there for each other when it counts. That's what being friends is all about. The coding project that we're doing is my first game. And it doesn't have an official name yet. At some point, we'll start alpha testing, and hopefully we'll get to, beta testing. It is not. It is, the game is not even remotely done. There are some sprites and there's some core systems that are mostly wired up. And I'm trying to get to more content, but there's still some more... Again, there's some more infrastructure changes that I need to make for maintainability. But yeah, if you want to see it, then check the backlog of streams. Shameless plug, watch my prior streams. There are VODs available on YouTube. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel, Arya. Actually, right now, I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and YouTube in 2 different formats. So you can watch wherever you'd like to watch, depending on your personal streaming viewing preferences. Well, amongst those platforms, not like I stream on Kick or something. Right, we'll find a way to make it work. None of the others came to the cafeteria that morning. It was just me and Ito. We talked for a little longer before heading back to our rooms. No Sire, no Hirako. Right now it's liberating, but this lack of discipline could lead to problems later down the line. Well, thanks for the follow, Arya. And folks, I'm sorry if I don't notice follows on YouTube or similar. It's the API makes it less visible, let's say. Also noteworthy, this isn't the game music. The game music is actually very different, but we're avoiding potential copyright issues on VODs and videos. I have terrible luck in that regard. Then again, I can't imagine any of us stepping up to lead the unit at this point. Originally, the white marshmallow creature was acting as like commander of the group, and then the most veteran member of the group took over. Thanks, Arya. Here. You can see a bit more of it that way. Or... there we go. Oh, no, I didn't make this myself. This was... the artist behind it was Dende, and the rigger was Inkjack. They are part of, or at least at the time, I don't know if they still are, part of Animashit Studios. They do some good stuff. And I'm very pleased with how this worked out. Dwelling on it won't help, though. I'm sure I can find a better use for my time. I gave them a very extensive design document to work from, and they went above and beyond on it. I've got access to new places now, and after all the sleeping I've been doing lately, I'd prefer to do something active today. I'd rather not discuss the money involved in a VTuber model, but I can tell you it was not on the cheap end. Garage has been unlocked. You can develop new skills. Use your time wisely. Upgrade class weapons from the VR training room and the garage. Now do reading study. You can raise the grade of your choice by reading books related to that subject. Since you can only choose to increase one specific grade at a time, make sure you take advantage of this option as needed. I do, Arya, I do. The backstory of this character also ties into the game I'm making. If you're interested, on the Discord server, I have an archive of what used to be a Twitter thread that covers some of the narrative up to that point. It's on the, like I said, it's on the Discord, and you should be able to find links to all of my channels and media and whatnot via LinkTree in my Twitch profile and on my YouTube page. Okay, let's at least look at what customizing a weapon. But a quick version, a quick version of the present there, Arya, is I'm newtmechanist, the proto-Nyanite, the first Nyanite from the Catbot Corporation's new product line. The prior model being the Catbot, which you can see in some previous broadcasts. After their excellent performance, the original engineer of the Nyanite project consensually donated their mental engram to me so that I could then take over entire operation of the factory in an entirely planned and agreed upon manner as far as the Catbot Corporation is concerned. Okay, you can... Oh, okay. You can upgrade an existing one, which I think we saw in the training room originally, but we can also learn new ones. Okay. It's unclear exactly how this would work, but from what I'm reading on it is if Takumi has been boosted during the fight, the thing that normally gives us a +1, either there is a use a boost to unlock it, like you consume it, or if his attack has been boosted, it is active. But it looks like a, tag them back kind of move. Which hits as hard as his default side slash. That could be very useful. So let's see. Takemaru would have a snare. A taunt. And a counterattack. Okay. Stay with me. Area snare. What's the use of intercept? Attack all enemies in range at the start of the player turn. She has some potentially really good abilities. A self-heal. His base attack is judge. His second attack is jury, and the next attack ability is executioner. So let's see, she has her machine gun, her area movement buff. Offensive buff. Offense and shield. Wow. Minigun attack. Offensive buff. All right. Well, inevitably, we're going to have to learn some of those systems. We have been, for the most part, ignoring that stuff and just building up the skills. But the skill building doesn't seem to have the same mechanic as Danganronpa's relationships. Like, you get that. You get stat points, kind of, what would it be called? It's like the Persona 3 and later, like, skills. So, linguistics, math, that kind of thing. These traits impact special challenges outside of the school, as well as during some conversations, I believe. You can leverage those. Okay, and the swords are special moves, the fists are standard attacks. Okay. Oh, okay, that's exterior, I guess. No? Huh. I don't remember ever checking this room. This school is hideous and distasteful. but somehow I feel attached to it. Button.
Huh?
Home is where you hang your hat and all that jazz, huh? Ah, okay. This was the room with the various pods that we don't know the usage of. Big enough for someone to go inside, not that it reacts even if I do that. But we don't know what that room's for yet. Let's double check each of the areas and make sure I'm not potentially missing anything. All right, we have well, let's continue our pattern of hanging out with Darami and see if we get anything new. Takumi, come play a game with me. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're getting repeats on this. She likes to play eroge. The game Darami chose a very erotic and extreme game, but it was really unpredictable and interesting to play. You know, sometimes it's fun on Steam if you turn off the adult games filter if you have it on, just to look at the kind of things that people make as an adult game. There are some that have themes that are really off the wall given what the game is actually offering, you know? When you have free time, you have a morning and afternoon chunk, and you can spend one activity each. Unclear how many points you need to progress that bar. So let's try the library then. I came all the way to the library. I might as well read something. Books on this shelf look interesting. Which one should I choose? Okay, each one gives you a pit of value here. Many gods of Celtic mythology. Celtic mythology is one of the fun ones. It is amongst the pantheons that are essentially powerful people, like supernaturally powerful people, as opposed to truly divine figures, you know? Greek is leaning more actual deities with more human behaviors, but Celtic and Norse and similar they're really just people, and they have a lot of those behaviors that line up with it. Yeah, they might have some powers to them or be, you know, exceptionally strong or no magic, but at the end of the day, a lot of them are, it's just a guy and they make the kind of mistakes and similar that you'd expect. I believe there's a guy in Celtic mythology, what was he called? Oh, Cuchulainn, the Hound of Cullen. and the supernatural ability that he had. And it's one of those that he just has that ability. It's not like he gained it. It's just something he could do. They had a term for it, what it happened, but effectively he would Hulk out. He would get, he would go kind of berserk and get super duper strong, but he would also turn inside out when he did it. Well, thanks, Arya. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to be incorporating some other elements from that into the game. You know, flesh out the story a little bit more, or in particular ways. I really hope I can get that. I can accomplish that. I'll try reading this book today, The Many Gods of Celtic Mythology. According to this book, there was a god called the Dagda, who existed in the Celtic cultural sphere. The Dagda had a treasure called the Undry Cauldron. The game Dark Ages of Camelot, an MMO. It was in the era of MMOs that were kind of WoW adjacent. I think it came up, can't remember when it fell in the era. I think it might have been a little after, where everything had to be like a Team A versus Team B kind of structure. But their gimmick was 3 teams, and you had realms and classes based on different mythologies and societies. So you had Celtic, Norse, and generally like British. Oh man, maybe in the future, if funding comes together, there are a lot of things that I would like to add. Expand upon the model, expand upon the lore, add more to the channel. Oh, there's effectively machinery I'd like to put in place to update the cameras for the cats. The Cauldron of Dagda makes an appearance in Dark Ages of Camelot, but if I recall, it's also part of the mythology that went into the Disney movie that wasn't a great success, but I felt was also pretty good. It's technically based on another book series, too. Called I think it's the Black Cauldron. With the same gimmick. Toss a corpse in it and it reanimates it, kind of thing. During war, the Dagda would throw the bodies of allies slain in the battle into the cauldron and send the resurrected soldiers back to the battlefield. Soldiers that were revived right after death? That sounds familiar. Like I mentioned, Arya, the expansions on the model, there's some additional movement and whatnot that I'd like to add, and again some lore elements. And then, someday having some sort of lore video or something like that would be good, but it's not something that I would be committing funds to anytime soon. A 2.0 model? I mean, it would depend. It would depend. Again, it's a resources thing that I'm facing. With infinite monies. On that note, did you know that you can contribute to the channel financially through things like Twitch subscriptions and YouTube memberships, as well as Patreon and Coffee. Links can be found on my LinkTree. Additionally, if you would like to contribute to helping feed my cats, there is a link to a Throne program also available in the LinkTree. This message brought to you by me. Reading this book increased your creativity by 5. Okay, it looks like the level of it is potentially tied to a... so I can't guarantee anything, Arianova, as far as any sort of artwork or anything. I'm fine looking at work samples, but that in no way is meant to be an indication of actively seeking a commission work or any commitment to actually seek it. Like I said, I'm willing to look at it, but please do respect any statement I make as far as wanting or not wanting any sort of artwork at the time. But, you know, Discord and whatnot. Today was pretty productive. I should come back and read another book from this shelf sometime. Reading the same book twice during reading study will be enough to finish the book completely, greatly increasing the grade. Once fully read, the effect of the book will decrease. Be sure to balance your reading with other student activities and giving gifts. So gifts amplify the value of hanging out with a particular person.
Heady, soldiers. It's time to hit
But
the
it
hay.
takes a full day to make the gift, which often you could spend hanging out with them anyway. I think it was a bit more than double, so it can pay off. But it can be tricky in that regard.
You never know when the invaders might attack, so rest up while you still can. Well then, good night.
Huh?
There's the nighttime announcement. Not that anyone cares anymore, apparently. Sorry, didn't hit the button fast enough. Applesauce, that seems to be the case. At least Sirai is the weird mascot creature that shows up at the beginning to explain the setting to you. He seems to get killed very shortly into the narrative. We don't know if he stays dead, if it's some sort of fake out. Don't know. But he does stand in as the thing that is at the start of day and end of day announcements. I've got nothing else to do, and my body knows when it's tired. I'll do like it says and turn in. My regular routine was starting to reassert itself. I got into bed and was soon fast asleep.
Up and Adam troops! Time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 21st day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy!
Sirai is to some extent, what if Monokuma, but less overtly evil and more like a 40s to 50s government agent. Day 21. I've still got 79 more to go, but that doesn't feel so impossibly long anymore. And once I make it to the end, I'll go home and I'll see Karua again. And everything will be fine. Just fine. Surely nothing untoward will happen between now and then that will change my outlook on going home, or even the ability to do so. I have to keep going. I can't give up. Now, what do I do this morning? Everyone seems to have given up on meeting in the cafeteria first thing. Maybe I'll pass on it today as well. I can probably find something else to do. All right. Oh, that's right. 1 second. Misremembering. The gifts take a day to make, but you immediately give it to somebody. Filter gifts by pressing E. Use the hints given during student activities. So when you're hanging out with them, you can get indications of the kind of things they like, and those gifts will be the ones that give big results. But you still need the materials to make them. So like splatter movies would almost certainly be Darumi. So let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Art items, some kinds of food. It's not just all art items, though. So video camera she'd probably like. We need a lot more metal to make one. Unclear if she'd like a game console, crystal ball. The depressing eroge would probably be something up her alley. In the splatter movie, she has tried to convince us to allow her to make us a murder victim in a movie of her own direction. You know. What can we make? Don't know anybody that would want a glasses stand. Toolkit screams that Tsubasa would like it. The planisphere and the crystal ball and whatnot. I mean, Darumi was really down with the idea of participating in a killing game. She was excited, so whether she's actually a killer or not is largely irrelevant. Reverse blade sword. Cooking related stuff. We're gonna keep trying to hang out with folks, but we do need to then spend some time outside in order to gather materials. Let's see, it's like logic or math from him. Can't hang out with them. He is entirely strength stuff. Let's see if we can hang out with Gaku. Hey, Takumi. You got some time to talk about some stuff? Dude, lately whenever I look at Tsubasa, it makes my chest hurt. I get warm all over and my pulse goes buck wild. Do you feel some kind of way about Tsubasa? Yeah, I didn't want to admit it, but it's true. I think her stomach's the hottest thing I've ever seen. Well, it's a Danganronpa game. The Danganronpa studio is involved in this, so characters with very specific and seemingly random proclivities is gonna happen constantly.
Huh?
Why is it gotta be so sexy? She just goes everywhere with that thing out. I mean, you do you, Gaku. I feel like I've lost a part of my identity as a man. I can't accept defeat. Well, we know that Gaku is one of our pervy characters now. Like, explicitly, he has a sexy as a hashtag for his gifts. So while it's not the same vibe as Danganronpa's social day, social upgrade system, you still want to hang out with them enough to find out the kind of things they like, because the gifts give you big returns as far as the skill upgrades. As opposed to just hanging out with them. Did you come to use the Gift-O-Matic too, Takumi? I came to make some sanitizer wipes with the Gift-O-Matic. And also a mop, and a bucket, and rubber gloves, and a plastic bag. So, basically a set of cleaning supplies. Are you doing some tidying up? Yeah, it's been a while, so I got it everywhere. Got what everywhere? Come on, you know about my condition. Yet she throws up when she's anxious. This is the girl Gaku was talking about. She is the mechanic that rides the Road Warrior Jeep into battle. Again, she gets violently ill when she is anxious, and fighting, even the thought of fighting makes her anxious. Right. She must have puked for some reason. One of the things that we used to convince her that she could fight alongside us was a stylish vomit bag. Like, it looks like a purse, but it is stain-proof and highly washable. She has that, and her vehicle has tinted windows for the same reason. I know she can't help it because of her condition, but it's gotta suck to have to do all that cleaning whenever she gets sick. Your experience unlocked the keyword clean. It helps to get these stat levels up, because if we do go outside to hunt for materials, there are frequently options that require particular skill levels. And if I had to guess, those options are better ways to get materials than the taking a gamble on the others that don't.
You never know when the invaders might attack. Well then.
No attack today. That's a relief. I know it's only a temporary reprieve. The invaders aren't going to stop. They will attack again. But if I spent all my time worrying about that, I'd go crazy pretty fast. I'll try to just keep it in the back of my mind whenever I can. Out of sight, out of mind. The invaders are those colorful little creatures that tried to kill us during the tactical battle. Their origin... go ahead, Arya. That's a decent way if you want to send me, like, links to examples of your work or to your, your credentials page or whatever. Fiverr accounts, what have you. So, definitely willing to look. It's always nice to see what artists are capable of. But Applesauce, the invaders show up in the opening sequence of the game. We don't know it at the time, but they live in domed cities. Ostensibly a domed city, the Tokyo Residential Complex. And there are periodically, like, disaster warnings, like a critical event siren that goes off. And during one of them, the most recent one, I guess, the dome gets breached and these things come inside and just start super murdering people. Like, not comedically like in Danganronpa. I mean, like, there was a guy that the camera panned away before the things pulling on all 4 of his limbs finished their work. But some people didn't get the camera pan away. And we see during the tactical battles, if these things kill, they go from being kind of cute little mascot looking things. They start to mutate, like black tentacles start to form. Extra eyes start to form, that kind of thing. And they get fiercer. They're led, seemingly, by... They look like humans in black armor with real kind of like bone accents that turn into those big bone and shadow monsters with red energy weapons. As far as what they are in particular, we don't know at all. Just that they are attacking the school, and that they are an active threat to the residential complex. That's all we've been presented with so far. Forcing my thoughts away from serious matters, I allowed myself to drift off. I don't think he showed up on camera before.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine!
There's Sky on camera. He is one of the 2 biggest cats. He is very fluffy. And a troublemaker. He was the biggest troublemaker until Molly joined the family. And now she's as much a troublemaker as him, but she currently has kitten energy. Given the little wooden box that he has, which we sometimes see when they're eating like natto or something like that, you know, the fermented beans, but that has the vibe of some of the like theater face makeup that you see in some of the Japanese productions, like your No Theater, or like that kind of thing, I guess. Unclear.
Get ready for your 22nd day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
There's probably some symbolism or reference that they're making here that I'm not getting.
Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
Now then, what should I do today? A free time day. Let's look at our stats here. We have 1 in everything currently. Let's see, who is available? Alright, we haven't tried Ito before. He's somewhere outside, not in his room. There he is. Humming to himself. You seem like you're in a good mood today. Did something happen?
Huh.
I hung my laundry to dry on the rooftop fence, and it worked amazingly. Everything came out so soft, and it smells incredible. I mean, I guess maybe the eternal flames like burn off odors in the distance. You know, some sort of global sanitizing effect in a wide radius around them. Did you use scented fabric softener or something? No, I think it's just the smell of the sunlight. That's not how sunlight works. I've never smelled anything like it in the TRC, and as you know, there's no sky there. If laundry day is this nice, maybe our time here won't be so bad after all. I can't believe he's this excited about a good load of laundry. I mean, he's saying it like, oh, you know, check out this guy, but, you know, it would be it's actually nice thinking of being that excited about mundane things. Like, genuinely feeling happy about, you know, a clean room or clean laundry is, I mean, there's something to be said for satisfaction like that. You know, without getting like obsessive and neurotic about it like I do. Does Ito enjoy housework? After spending some time together, you understand Ito better now. Oh, someone's here. I opened up the door and welcomed my guest inside. Hey there, Takumi. I've come to extend a little invitation to you. Oh? What are you inviting me to, exactly? We still haven't celebrated our last victory, so I thought we could get everyone together for a party. Gaku and I spent yesterday evening getting it ready. Apparently, he's picked up a few tricks from all the jobs he's worked in the food industry. Gaku mentions that he was holding down, like, I thought he said like 6 part-time jobs at once, just to make ends meet for all of the other the kids that live in the group home. Essentially, from the description of it, effectively kind of an orphanage.
Huh?
I never expected cooking to be Gaku's thing. Given what he's told you before and what you learned about him, I'd be surprised if he wasn't at least sufficiently capable at cooking. Apparently, he's quite adept at sewing at this point. Alright, I'm in. Are we going to the cafeteria like usual? No, actually, we're going to make it a barbecue outside in the schoolyard. Cooking out in the fresh open air is something we never could have done in the Tokyo residential complex. Why not take this opportunity to enjoy it? You've got a point. I won't be able to do it right now, Arya, but I will after stream. Or at least I will reply. Feel free to drop by whenever you're ready. I'll go and let the others know. Aito left, pausing at the door to give me one of his timid smiles. A barbecue, huh? Yeah, I guess that could be fun. Gotta admit, I had my doubts, but this setup is pretty freaking sweet. I know, right? Cooking at school's already kind of a novelty, and now we get to do it under a real open sky, too. Well, I've been grilled at school plenty of times. It makes a change to be the one doing the grilling. Sounds like you've had it rough. Hey, are we here to talk or eat? Come on, let's get started already. Okay, help yourselves. We've got plenty, so eat as much as you want.
It sounds like a challenge. Hope you're ready for this stuff to get annihilated.
I mean, that does look real good. I mean, to some extent, I would hesitate to reach over that much, open flame or something. But man, yeah, there's all kinds of goodies on that. Sounds like a challenge. Hope you're ready for this stuff to get oh, no. They said it out loud.
You think you can eat more than my brothers and sisters? This is nothing. I'll keep it coming till you're all satisfied.
This is fun. It's so different from any of the barbecue parties I've been to before.
Those are big steak-looking things.
It was unnerving at first, the way the sky just goes on and on forever. But I think I'm starting to like it.
See, they've got some corn on the cob. You can see some of that on Takami's skewer. Huh. I guess I'd never seen that. They're just roasting a whole tomato. No, fried tomatoes were a thing. I just never considered the process, What else we got there? It looks like maybe some squash or onion or something. There's a couple of things on sticks, bottom right. And there's all kinds of stuff there.
Really? I still can't get used to it. But maybe that's just me.
This fish is so cold and refreshing.
So Ima's there with chopsticks at a tray of fish. I'm betting that the next line is going to be from Gaku yelling at him that that's not cooked yet. Like, that is just frozen fish that hasn't been thrown on the grill yet.
Hey, I haven't grilled that one yet. It's still frozen.
There we go. I mean, to some extent, they do predictable kind of tropey jokes with these characters. But I still do find it amusing.
Oh, that's all right. I'll have it as it is. I actually prefer my food nice and frosty.
Yeah, waiting for it to cook is boring anyway.
But that anticipation's half the fun of a barbecue.
I don't know what half this stuff is, but it sure is good. You know, I've heard that human meat tastes like chicken.
This is chicken!
It's nice to see everyone having a good time.
Something the matter, Shoma? Why aren't you eating? Well... It's nothing. Sorry if I made you worry. I'm fine, really.
Huh?
Well, if you're sure. It seemed like you wanted to tell me something just now. How do you like the party, Takumi? Oh, hey, Aito. Yeah, I'm having fun. This was a great idea. Where'd you get the grill and all the utensils and stuff, though? I don't remember seeing these before. Oh, I made them with the Gift-O-Matic.
Huh?
What? All of it? That must have been a lot of work. Maybe, but it was worth it. Just look how happy everyone is. Even Hiroko might have warmed up to us a little more if she could have experienced this. I think that's a moot point. She'd never have allowed us to do something this frivolous in the first place. We've all been so disorganized lately. I've missed getting the whole group together like this. You were really worried about us, huh? You know, Aito, I think you'd make a great leader. Why don't you give it a try? Oh no, I couldn't do that. Not when I have a record of selfishly running off and trying to do everything myself. You're making too much of that. Well, I'm still not very confident talking to people, let alone leading them, and my health isn't exactly reliable either. Putting someone like me in charge would be asking for trouble. I still think you're being too hard on yourself. But anyway, you did a great job setting all this up. You and Gaku, of course. Thank you. It was really Gaku who did most of the work. I just got the ball rolling. Well, I shouldn't monopolize your time. Feel free to go mingle. He's right. We don't get together very much these days. I should make the most of it and see how everyone's doing. Man. Not even just a rain cloud perpetually over this kid. He's the kind that you'd would often be presented with either like dark purple or just like a abyssal black like miasma spreading out from them, like tendrils of darkness or poison like spreading out. They're the the heavy weight on the lead sheet of enjoyment in the area. Rubber sheet. People even get that anymore? Is that a metaphor / analogy that people still use? I don't know. Come to think of it, Shoma seemed like he had something on his mind earlier. Maybe I can get him to speak to me about it now. Speak? Hey, Shoma, do you have a minute? You want to talk to me? All right, but you should adjust your expectations. Everything from sophisticated conversation to lowbrow humor goes right over my head. I'm told it can get frustrating. So this is one of the kind of images that they use for this kind of thing. If you look, his hat is all kind of scuffed / fuzzy, and he's got a mushroom. that is usually the storm cloud equivalent, or a storm cloud equivalent. The kind of in the they're kind of molding over. Can't remember the exact reasoning for that imagery, but you know, a rasp there. Never mind about that. It looked like you had something to say when I spoke to you before. What's bothering you?
Huh?
It's okay. You can tell me. The truth is, I remembered something. While I can't be sure, I think it has something to do with why we're here. He has a different voice, but I really kind of imagine him having Eeyore's voice. Oh, you know why we were brought here, Shoma? Hi, by the way, I was eavesdropping. And before you say anything, I couldn't help it. My hearing's just that good. It's my curse. Hey guys, Shoma knows what we're really doing here. Darumi? Yeah, Shoma's gonna panic as a result of that. I tried to shut her up, but the damage had been done. Within a few seconds, the rest of the group had gathered around us. Poor Shoma. What? You actually know why we're here, Shoma? For real? Yeah, for realsies. He said so himself. He just unlocked a repressed memory or something. You remembered something important. Yeah, let's hear it. There's no point trying to hide it now, Shoma. Don't be afraid. Just tell us what you know. All right. Sorry for making this so difficult. Shoma took a deep breath and began mumbling an explanation. Last night I had a dream. A dream? I know what you're thinking, but it wasn't a normal dream. It was more like a memory. Even after I woke up, I was sure of it. It was something that actually happened. A dream that brought back an old memory. That sounds a lot like the dreams I've been having about Karua. What did this dream make you remember? Back in the residential complex, I spent some time in the hospital. It's weird that I forgot about that until now. Anyway, it was a place called Kamakura General Hospital. Kamakura? That doesn't ring any bells.
I don't remember why I was checked in or how long I stayed, but I was definitely there. And while I was there, they put me in some kind of machine.
All incident off camera. Oh, side camera is jammed. Nudge here. Sherbet has come to sit at the side camera.
A machine?
Yes, kind of a pod or a cylinder. Just big enough to fit a person inside. I don't see where this is going. The thing is, there are machines just like that one, right here in this school. The strange room. What? There's a room where the lights don't turn on, right?
The machine in my dream memory was just like the ones in there.
Dun, dun, dun.
You mean the broken ones we couldn't get working?
Yes, those ones. That's what they put me inside at Kamakura.
Huh?
You were in a weird machine like that, and you're sure it was it was back at the complex, not here? What did it do to you? What are those things even for? I don't really know. That's where my memory cut out.
Huh?
Really? That's it? You don't even remember why they put you in it? No, I don't. I'm sorry. So I'm guessing you don't know what the ones we have here do either. I'm sorry. I've tried, but I can't remember any more details. Wow, what an intriguing mystery. Are you sure it wasn't just a really vivid dream, though? Dreams are weird like that. They can feel real, but in the end, they're just random information your brain tries to spin into something more coherent. Isn't it more likely your subconscious brought out the memory of the machines you've seen here? How can you say for sure this hospital trip was a real memory? Would you really forget about something that important? See, he's additionally, he's one of the people that's acting as a bit of a chaos agent, in that he still continues to refuse to participate, and the way he's going about it is often kind of poking at the other people, especially this most recent one. Oh, you've got to keep up your strength so you can keep fighting for us, kind of thing. In this event in particular, it was also Kaku who suggested that Hiroko might have known a way to flee. So Ima is the twin brother of Kaku, and it's not presented as sexual, but it is the creepily devoted to his sister seems to be his vibe. And like I mentioned, I get the impression that that has become kind of a abusively controlling relationship from him, and maybe the reason that they talk about how they've been living in what seems to be abject poverty, despite the way they talk, like their lives that they seem to mention as well. Like, something happened and they've been on the streets since then. You're right. I'm sorry. It was probably just a dream. After all that? What about this Kamakura General Hospital? Probably just some random words I mistook for the name of a real place. Wait, Shoma, are you sure you want to write it off like that? Yes, it's fine. I'm always getting things wrong. Why should this time be any different? I mean, you'd think some of us would have heard of that hospital too, if it was real. But it didn't sound familiar to me. Everyone, I'd like to offer my sincere apologies for getting your hopes up. It's bad enough I ruined the mood by bringing up a heavy subject like this, but then I couldn't even tell you anything useful. I'm going to go hide under a rock like the bottom feeder I am. Please try to forget any of this ever happened. Joma finished his overly formal apology and retreated it to the inside of the school. Like, I feel like bullied is insufficient to describe the life that Shoma had to lead up until then. Unless he is the most distilled case of clinical depression that exists. So, what was that all about?
Uh-huh.
Just a misunderstanding, sister dearest. No need to have give his silly dreams a second thought. That right there. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to think about that kind of behavior. It's almost kind of a friendly presented gaslighting, you know? Well, thanks for joining us, Applesauce. I hope to see you next time. A silly dream? Is that really all it was? I'm not so sure. Now that that's settled, let's get back to the party. Who's ready for a taste of my world-famous Mariko marinade? Oh, now you're talking. Give me a triple bossy deluxe, animal style. What does that mean? My jaw's getting tired from eating so much solid food. I think I'll just make some marshmallow skewers. She has mentioned that she only eats snacks because they are less tiring. Just munch on things instead of having to do things like, sit down and eat a meal. Come on, Takumi, let's go. Yeah, okay. The barbecue lasted the rest of the day, and long past sundown. By the end of it, we were so stuffed we could barely move. Eventually, we had to admit defeat, and call it a night. I'm so full, I'll never look at a burger again. Back in my room, I lay on my bed, feeling better than I had in a long time. Had I overindulged? Maybe. Would happy days like these become a distant memory the next time the invaders attacked? Definitely. But for now, I just wanted to enjoy it. Just then, something weird began to happen to me. Why do I feel so sleepy? Even considering the later hour, this wasn't normal. It was like someone had yanked out my power cord and left me suddenly devoid of energy. Check on Sammy shortly after stream here. She doesn't commonly have hairballs. It might just be that, when she does, it's extra unpleasant. I wasn't just tired, I was practically paralyzed. Is it because I ate too much? But I don't think... I wonder, is Shoma missing next?
Hey, what's that you're reading?
Takumi and Karua from the earlier in their lives.
Some old book I found in the library. It's got stuff about the world outside the complex in it.
The world outside? What's the point in reading about that?
There doesn't have to be a point to everything. I just think it's neat. Hey, Taki, did you know they have these things called seasons out there?
Let's see. During one of the kind of can't remember what they referred to it as, but the emergency siren scenarios. As a child, her father got into a car accident and died in it, but managed to shield her enough that while substantially injured, she was really scratched up and apparently got like a terrible wound from stomach to chest. but she was traumatized after that. Like, she can't take the sound of the sirens. He effectively did the "I promise to protect you" kind of thing. They've been inseparable since that.
I told you not to call me that at school. It's embarrassing.
It gets colder or warmer or darker or lighter depending on the time of year, and it all goes around in a cycle.
This a bit of world building for us, calling out that they don't have any sort of like seasonal changes or anything in the dome. You know, that means uniform day-night cycle and climate.
So it keeps changing? I mean, that sounds like it'd be really annoying.
They've got rain, too. Water that falls right out of the sky. And sometimes it freezes and turns into something called sleet. Other times, the wind and the rain get really strong. They call that a storm.
So you can't really see clearly. You might not be able to see as clearly on the stream. But the book she's reading is really scuffed up. The bottom edge of the pages is like brown to black. The corners and the edges of the pages in general are kind of dirty. The corners of the binding are all scuffed up. So this is an old book that she found.
In some parts of the world,
Or
storms
a very
get
mistreated
so bad,
book.
they can even blow buildings over.
But the way that she's reacting to this, I'm thinking very old book.
I can't even imagine that. The outside world sounds dangerous. It's a good thing we don't have to worry about all that stuff. Here in the complex, everything's nice and safe. And nothing ever changes.
You're so boring, Tacky. Don't you ever get tired of knowing what's gonna happen all the time? Where's your sense of adventure?
You know, you're the only one in our whole class who thinks like that.
So what? I'm free to like what I like, aren't I? And I think the outside world sounds really cool.
Snoozing and all comfy like that. You do have to be careful about saying her name too loudly because she'll come running. And I try to let them nap as much as they like.
You're so weird.
Let them do what they want, you know? The 23rd day. End of the 23rd day, I guess. I guess.
Band Atom troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 24th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy!
I like how so this line here, this segment of his dialogue is different for each day. Not just like they inserted 24th, but that the whole sentence is read differently. But a common thing is he frequently says it as if he's looking it up. You know, get ready for your... checks the calendar, sees what day it is. 24th day, you know. Some quick head math.
Prepare to spend another day. Be ready to give your life.
The morning announcement eased me awake, but it took longer than usual for me to start moving around and thinking straight. Once I did, though, I realized something was wrong. Scrambled out of bed. Did I hear that right? Or 20... Okay, so that was what happened. It said day 23 and then immediately skipped to 24. Hear that right? Our 24th day? No, that's wrong. Today's day 23, isn't it? There must be a mistake. morning announcement had never been wrong before, so what did this mean? Okay, we're gonna stop here for the day. We will pick up next time. Now, I do plan on playing a different one. The name escapes me right now, but it is a claymation-looking game where you play as a little, kind of like a little candle pot or something like that creature carrying flames through a dark world. Looks neat. Again, name escapes me, but I do want to play that tomorrow. And it will be good to play something where I'm not narrating the whole time. I mean, there'll still be commentary in chat, but just... it won't be broken up by more reading. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good day today. If you like what you saw and would like to see more, remember to like, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It helps the channel grow. And if you'd like to consider financially supporting the channel, you can do so through subscriptions, memberships, and the like. I do have links to things like Patreon in the link tree that leads to all of my channels. Now, with that said, I hope the rest of your day is good, and I'll see you next time.